That's a very personal question. I'm Yewande Komolafe, and today I'm making fish with bacon, shallots, and sweet summer corn. When I think of recipe development, I love dishes that are really balanced. So I want salty, and I want sweet, and I want some acid, and that's kind of what I was trying to do with this dish, is like create a party on my plate or on my fork. The fish is also marinated in like fresh herbs and lemon, so you get a little acidity, you get like a little sweetness from the corn, some salt from the bacon, so it's like a nice balance of flavors. I think that anything cooked in bacon fat is delicious. So I'm gonna get started. The first step is to salt the fish, and you really wanna salt both sides of the fish. So get the top and then flip the fish pieces and get the sides and the bottom. Some garlic. I smash them and the peel comes right off. I like strip it downwards, like in the other direction, and just pick off the top. And just give them a little chop. And the last step is parsley. You want about a half a cup of parsley. That's about 2 tablespoons. It's a pretty thick marinade. Okay, so the next step is just adding in your fish. It's like garlic and lemon. It's just everything good. I think all the herbs also kind of make it summery. So I'm gonna cover it and let it sit for about 15 minutes. So what I really like about this dish is that you allow the fish to like sit in the marinade, and by the time you're done prepping everything else, the fish is done marinating and you can go ahead and cook it. So next step is chopping the bacon. I think you want about 1/4 inch pieces. So you also want to render out the bacon fat because that's oil that you're using to cook the fish. This is your chance to like crisp it up as much as you want.
How do you like your bacon?
Really?
Yeah, I prefer like, I don't want it like a stick. Okay, so for the corn, you want to basically remove the husk and all the little corn hairs. I like to do this in a bowl because when I cut down, the kernels kind of scatter everywhere and they just stay contained in the bowl. At this point in the season, it should be really available. Excuse me. Jumping bacon. Yes, so this is what you want. Like all that fat, that's what you're gonna cook your fish in. You just drain in any excess fat that's on the bacon. I'm going with 1 shallot because this is like a massive shallot. So I'm gonna count this as like 2. Kind of want everything the size of like a corn kernel because it just eats better that way if everything's like a consistent size. To the bacon fat, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Heat that up. The heat is on medium. You're just looking for it to be cooked. You're not looking for it to be browned or anything. You just really want to cook both sides. So you could use a fork to like gently pull at the flesh to see if it flakes. And that's like a sign that it's cooked. If it does give any resistance, that means like the center is probably not cooked all the way. I'm also gonna spoon some of this hot oil over. I'm gonna say my fish is done. at this point. One thing to remember about fish is that when you take it off the heat, there's like carryover heat that like still continues to cook the fillets. So you want to take it off the heat right before it gets to that point where it's literally like falling apart. So shallots go in. The bacon. So this gets cooked in the reserved oil. You just want the shallots to like soften a little bit. And then your corn goes in next. Some lemon juice. And then some leftover parsley from before. So this relish thing gets spooned over the fish. I'm gonna start by tasting the relish because it's like calling my name right now. The corn also adds a little bit of texture. It's like wonderfully crunchy. And then I'm gonna build the perfect bite, which is a little bit of fish with like everything else on top of it. It's working. The wonderful thing about the other ingredients in it is that none of them are overwhelmingly yelling at me. But they're all very present, but in a very like harmonious way, in a very balanced way. I like that.